And we are back. For our first attempt, we wiped to May right before the 6th gym. And then for our second attempt, we went down to Glacier's infamous wall rain. We got the signature thick fat save there. Absolutely brutal stuff. So this is officially the third attempt. Everything went really smoothly. We took down our rival. We made it all the way back to the 7th gym here against Tate and Liza. And as you can see, Swampert and Vibrava going back to back, doing absolute work as Solrock gets fadeaway crit on by Levitate here. The Surf and Crunch coming down, and the Moon and Sun stand no chance. We finally cracked the case as far as this gym goes. I just wish we could say the same about the 8th gym. So against Wallace here, we take down his first 4 Pokemon, no problem. We went with a 6-time double team cheese. So we actually forsook our amnesia strats and just said, hey, if Milotic can't hit us, we're fine. And we get fadeaway crit from an Ice Beam. Oblivious goes down. We also used passive abilities for their nicknames because I wanted to learn a lesson from the Thick Fat. But here we have another lesson to learn, and that is special defense goes a lot further than just evasion. So I don't know if I was in a rush to get back to the Elite Four or if I thought I could just kind of cheat my way through this with the evasion strats, but way more risky than just going in for 3 not amnesia procs, but yeah, 3 amnesia procs. So using 3 amnesia is just going to be a lot better than 6 double teams, honestly. So we just learned another lesson here. And I will just go ahead and highlight the fact that Milotic takes down everyone. And that includes Rockhead the Golem, Sandvale the Stancher, I'm sorry, buddy, rest easy, as well as Compound the Nincada. She sneaks in a secret power before Milotic puts her down. And that leads us to an insane photo finish with Torrent, our starter, the Swampert, dodging that move from the Milotic, coming in with the Mud Shot. The Water Pulse comes down. We hold on with 3 HP. The confusion is here, but we have a Person Berry in the back. We snap out and fade with a Stab Mud Shot. Goodbye. But that just leaves a few Pokemon, and I don't think we're going to be able to make it. We do manage to squeak through the fight against Wally in Victory Road, though, so I will absolutely take that as the Flygon fades on the Gardevoir. So our final team consists of Swampert, Donphan, Camerupt, and the Flygon. So again, we only have 4 Pokemon going in. Let's see if we can clear Sydney without losing anybody this time. And as far as Sydney goes, it is a pretty clean fight here. Flygon and Camerupt went back to back to take down the Cacturn that just abused us last time. And then Swampert just comes in to clean up the shop. So we got 4 Pokemon and 4 more battles. Can we do it? So we're doing pretty decently against Phoebe here, and then the Ace Dusclops drops back with an Ice Beam, and we get frozen, and Torrent is absolutely stuck in the Frozone here, and we are just getting bamboozled, frozen solid over and over, and our Swampert is taking an absolute beating, and the freeze continues. So this is going to lead us to a very tragic moment, and that means Camerupt comes in and cleans up against the Dusclops, no problem there. That leaves 3 Pokemon on Phoebe's side. The Bayonet comes down with the Shiny Flex on top. We've got the Earthquake, we've got the Flamethrower, we drop back. I'm kidding, Bayonet beats us to the punch, the Fan Attack comes down, we tank that, no problem. We snap out of confusion, get a Stab Earthquake across the battlefield. Bayonet's in the red. We go for the Amnesia as the Full Restore comes down, trying to enhance our defenses, or our special defenses, as I should say. Bayonet is here, though the Shadow Ball misses again. The evasion strats are working out. Another Amnesia comes down. Camerupt is going in for the long haul. We drop back with an Earthquake. We dodge another Shadow Ball. Absolutely beautiful stuff. And the Bayonet, does she hold on? She absolutely does. She connects on the Shadow Ball, though, and that is physical, and it absolutely puts down the Camel. And then we throw out our Flygon, we dodge the Toxic, and we drop back with 1 more Crunch and take down Phoebe. But it did cost us our Chubby Camel, so that's 3 Pokemon left with 3 more battles. I am so terrified for Glacia. And honestly, I have no Whiscash, I have no Camerupt, so nobody can do an Amnesia setup. So I guess we could try to cheese a double team, but instead I just chuck out Flygon, and I'm going to try to beat Glacie to the punch as we blitz down the Glalie. But she holds on and fires off a Stab super effective Ice Beam, and we are gone. That only leaves a pure ground typing and a water round left, and this is looking so bad. This is looking so perilous as we tank the Ice Beam. Sturdy holds on with 46 HP. We get the Earthquake. We take down the first first Pokemon, though, and Glacia is shivering. She is shaking in the back here. Can the elephant bring this home as the Citrus Berry comes in for a reprieve? And now we are going for the double team strats. We are absolutely trying to set up on the Celio as we sidestep a stab, super effective Surf. I can't even do this as another evasion comes in and a Surf misses. The elephant is here. You grew up as a little Phanpy and now you're a big tire swing. Can you do this as the third Surf comes down and puts down Sturdy? Donphan, it was nice knowing you, kid. And now it's all up to the Swampert. One Swampert to rule them all. Glacia is here. The Celio is in this moment with us as we come in with a beautiful Earthquake on top, bringing Celio to about 30% HP. The Hailstorm is right here, right now. We drop back with another Earthquake, and now there's going to be 3 Pokemon left. Can the shiny Swampert take down Glacia? The second Celio comes down, flexes the shiny upon entry. The Hail continues to berate our team, or what's left of it. The Earthquake connects, and it brings Celio to about 40% HP, and we sidestep. We absolutely sidestep. Celio can't see us, can't touch us, so we drop back with another Earthquake, and that brings Glacia to 2 Pokemon left. Oh my gosh, the Swampert, the Dream, the Glalie comes down, the Hail continues to fall. Can the Swampert be the one? Can we get a fadeaway crit? Can we do this as the Glalie tanks? It brings in about 30 HP, 30% I should say. The Ice Beam comes down and we get frozen again. The Hail does stop and we are frozen solid. Another Ice Beam is here to stay. Glalie is smiling. Glalie is ready, but we have a Citrus. Can we hold on? But we are still frozen. This is such a disgrace. This is such a disservice to such a legendary starter as we get frozen solid for another turn. We tank the Ice Beam and we cannot live. And we don't even see the Walrein this time. We white out, and that officially leads us to the 4th and hopefully final attempt. My gosh. All right, and as if we've been here before, we make it all the way back to Tate and Liza for that 4th attempt. Everything going according to plan, and we've brought back the berry nicknames from the 1st attempt. We drop back with a Crunch on the Vibrava side of things, and with a Surf from the Swampert, getting both the Sun and the Moon into a good space. And as you can see, that special defense absolutely alley-ooping the Surf damage onto the Solrock. That only leaves the Lunatone, and we drop back with another Crunch with the Black Glasses to help us out there. One more Surf will do the trick. And now, let's see if we can redeem ourselves in that 8th gym. So very similarly, in our 2nd attempt, in this 4th attempt here, we get the Whiscash out there. We drop the Love Disc accuracy really low so that the Catfish can have a better time setting up these Amnesia procs and getting that special defense where we want. So by the time the Milotic comes out, we can actually have a decent chance of beating it. So the Water Pulses come down, but we fade away with the Surf, and we are just working our way down on the Love Disc. And there goes the little fish, as well as the big Whiscash. That's the 2nd Pokemon down. We still have 3 to go. Next on the menu is going to be the big beefy Celio, drop back with the Earthquake, and that means only 2 Pokemon left. Unfortunately, the Seeking does get a confusion off of its Water Pulse. However, Wiki wakes up and drops back with the Earthquake, and that is going to put down the upgraded Goldfish or Koi Fish in this case. The Milotic comes down, and here we are again. Water Pulse comes in with a critical hit right through the Amnesia. It doesn't even matter, then we slap ourselves in the face. So not a great start here. If we get double crit, it could be all over, but we tank that one no problem and snap out of confusion. Get a nice rest reprieve on that. Wiki looking good, but we are going to be asleep for 2 turns, so really critical hits are going to be Milotic Spread and Butter leaning into those. The Water Pulses come down. On top of that, the confusions could really add up over the course of the fight as well. So another confusion is there. The Water Pulses are coming in hot, and we may need to sacrifice somebody, but it's okay, as we should be able to get out of here without losing at least 3 Pokemon. I think that would be a huge win, as Wiki is really struggling here. The Water Pulses on top of confusions adding up, and Milotic is not stepping off of the gas here. No brakes are being pumped as we continue to hurt ourselves, and we are putting ourselves into a really tough position, because if Milotic just completely shuts us down with the Water Pulses, can pivot to the Ice Beams on the other ground types, we could absolutely be in trouble. But as you can see, we have 6 options this time. Everybody's healthy, and this might be the moment where we check out little Neneb, our tiny little buddy down there that I'm blanking on, the Nincada, thank you. The tiny little Nincada, we could just throw them out there for a sacrificial, and with Whiscash taking an absolute beating, we need to find someone else to get out there. Do we go ahead and sacrifice the Nincada? Do we throw in the Swampert? What do we do? After a lot of deliberation, we end up choosing the Nincada here to sacrifice. We check out into a water pulse, and then tanks that off the top. And I'm just kidding, she goes down, but it is a beautiful sacrifice to the new world here as Swampert comes down and is going to be fresh, no confusion, no freeze. We get a Mudshot in there, and now we are going to be faster on the second turn, and the recover comes down, and Milotic heals up all of that damage that the Whiscash previously did. So we are going into the Mud Slaps here, dropping the accuracy on the big Sea Serpent himself. Another Mud Slap comes down. It's doing some pretty good chip, as well as, since it is physical, ground typing is physical, we're going to speed this up as we get more accuracy drops. The Ice Beam comes down, and it is a critical hit. Citrus, our starter, holds on with 12 HP, a dozen to his name, and now we can swap back into Wiki. It is going to be a little bit frisky here as we do die to a critical hit. The Ice Beam comes down, and if this crits, it's all over, but we hold on and no freeze, and now we can cheese arrest as we are faster given those mud shots, which is absolutely insane. The recover is here. Milotic back to full HP, and now we are rinse repeating the amnesia strats. The only difference is we have some massive accuracy drops onto Wallace's A-Style, and things are looking so much better. So now if Milotic does break through the accuracy, it still has to contend with all of those amnesia procs, and Wiki is looking beautiful. And look at that, Wiki just takes it into her own hands, fades with the Earthquake, and we finally beat the 8th gym. We only lost Ninkata. And once again, Wally proved to be no problem here as the Gardevoir comes down for the last time, hopefully. Whiscash drops back with a stab Earthquake, almost one-shots Wally's ace here. We tank the Psychic, no problem. The Super Potion comes down. We've mentioned before how Wally is really struggling financially, so he wasn't able to buy any full restores or Hyper Potions, as Wiki has her way, and that has punched the ticket to the Elite Four. It is now time to take on the Elite Four. Hopefully for the last time, we are continuing our 4th attempt with the berry nicknames. The only casualty this time was the Ninkata, a beautiful strategic placement on that sacrifice here, and that's going to pave the way for a 6-man squad going into this Elite Four. So we send out our Sand Slash first, get the Sand Attack down, and we are just setting up the strats. And because we get the Sand Attack down first, the Mightyena misses his own, and look at these evasion strats coming in clutch as the crunch comes down. We got 5 accuracy debuffs, make it 6, and we hold on with 62 HP, but now the floor has been set, and we are good to go. So last time we got absolutely bamboozled by the Cacturn with its Needle Arm and Cotton Spore play, so this time we are ready to go. We can get those Ice Beams out there if we want. We can get the Flamethrowers out there with Figgy, our Flygon, but we tank the crunch on the way in, coming with the stab Earthquake, getting us to a really good spot. That might, about 30% HP. We drop back with another Earthquake, and that is enough to put down the Wolf Dog, and that does mean it's going to be the infamous Cacturn coming out this time, but we have the Flamethrower prepped and ready. We don't need to swap in to the Cotton Spore as Cacturn holds on with 1 HP. The Needle Arm comes down, but cannot flinch as he is slower. The full restore is here. Sydney not wanting to lose. It's Cacturn. Another Flamethrower comes down. We drop back, and this one is the high roll, and we take down the Cactus. 3 Pokemon left in the Sharpedo comes down. This one does have access to the Stab Surf, which can be very scary against an all-ground type team. However, we can still do some damage here, as Swagger is usually the Shark's play. So we are just checking out the stats here and seeing what is the optimal play. Camerupt would probably get drowned in the ocean if we swap into that. So probably not. Same thing with Greppa, our Golem. We don't want that 4 times weakness to water, so we may potentially stay in or just swap into one of the water ground typings in the Swampert or the Whiscash. So that's probably what we're going to do. Whiscash is actually a really good swap here, as we have the Amnesia as well. The only grass answer is in Cacturn is now gone. So there is the Swagger. Do we have the berry prepared, or did we swap it out for something else? And look at that. Wiki knew what was up. The Person Berry in the back as we get the Swagger, and now we are +4 attack with another Swagger. We don't have a berry for that one, so if we break through, Sharpedo is absolutely gone, and Wiki completely clutches. The Shark goes down, but if we hurt ourselves in confusion on top of damage, we could potentially die. We can roll it all here. We can swap out, risk the Absol going for a Swords Dance, but it actually goes for a Snatch, so Wiki snaps out of confusion, which is just filthy. The Whiscash from downtown, and Absol is deleted. That leads to the final Pokemon in Shiftry, and even though this is not very effective, Earthquake could absolutely kill the grass typing holding us back. Wiki takes the flinch from the fake out, no problem, and I think this does kill. If not, it's going to be a 2-shot. Absolutely, 30% HP is all Shiftry has left. The double team comes down. I do believe he is out of heal range, but the dodge is absolutely there. The extra sensory for some chip off the top, a critical hit on top of everything else, but the Earthquake connects, and we defeat Sydney. All right, it definitely makes a difference that we have all 6 Pokemon on the team as we pull up to Phoebe here and see if we can take down her 5 Ghost-type Pokemon. The Dusclops is here to open up. The Sand Attack comes down. We get the accuracy debuffs down again. The Future Sight for that future damage here, but the Sand Attacks continue to rain down, and Sandslash really showing up in this fight. The Confuse Ray is here, but we have a berry prepared. The person comes in and pops Shuka out of that mindlessness. The Sand Attack comes down again, and the Curse is here. The anti-setup coming in hot. Dusclops dropping to 50% HP with about a -3 accuracy, and the Future Sight comes down, but it fails. It absolutely fails, and we stay in. Shuka holding her ground as another Sand Attack comes down. A second Confuse Ray is applied here, and now things are starting to get dicey as we are afflicted by the curse, but Dusclops is in a prime position now for us to go into our secret hidden strategy, and that is Greppa the Golem coming out as the Future Sight gets set up here. But we have the ultimate cheese in Defense Curl and Rollout, and if you didn't know, Rollout does double damage if you use Defense Curl first at any point in the fight, and we get perfect setup chip right here with the first Rollout. The Future Sight does come down, does only a tiny bit of damage given Dusclops special attack stat. No problem there. We get a second Rollout on the full restore, and now we get a third one, and we are primed and ready for the ace Dusclops to come out. This guy has given us so many issues, or I should say this girl, as we drop back with a 4 times Rollout, and Dusclops is deleted. Absolutely, and that means we still have a 5 roll here if we can potentially do it, unless that was number 5. No, there it is. The Shadow Ball beats us to the punch, but Bana is an absolute party favorite. Only 2 Pokemon left in this Golem, completely salvaging this fight. We could just roll it out again, and that's exactly what we do. As Sableye gets chunked to half HP. We tank the Psychic. The second Rollout misses, though, as the Feint Attack comes in, but the damage is done. The damage is absolutely done, and we still have 4 completely healthy members that can easily band together to take down the rest of Phoebe's squad. So this is looking fantastic, but I am very nervous about Glacia as we have wiped the other 2 attempts that we've made it this far, so we really need to buckle down as we fade away with an Earthquake on the Sableye that only leaves the final Bayonet here, level 49, looking good, but just way too weak for a stab Earthquake as it brings Bayonet under 50% HP. All we have to do is tank a stab Shadow Ball, no problem there, and one more Earthquake does the trick. Phoebe is defeated, and now can this 4th attempt be the one as we approach Glacia? All right, but as far as this video goes, thank you so much for your time. I really do appreciate it, and I will catch you on the flip. Peace.